Right guys, good morning. Welcome back to another episode in prep. Today is Thursday. No, it's not. Today is Friday. I always get the days mixed up this week for some reason. So you saw yesterday what went on. Another kind of day of semi-loading in terms of carbs with a 750 gram of carb day. Body weight went up a bit today. Nothing crazy. I think I was 113.8 the day before. Yesterday morning. This morning I was 114.2. So nothing crazy at all. So today is our first day of proper loading, which I'm gonna, like I said, take you through a full day of eating. So that is all we're gonna cover today. No training. I've already been in for training with Luke this morning and check-in. So we were in there at 4 a.m. for double espresso. We checked in. He had a look at me, see where things are at, see where condition is, see how the fullness is basically, and then we hit an upper body session, which was just chest, shoulders, back, arms. 45 minutes to an hour, 2 to 3 sets on everything. Very, very light, literally a plate aside on some of the pressing movements. I got work done on my delt yesterday, which I probably spoke about. So I was really sore this morning, like brutally sore. It still is right now. It's like, basically I found out yesterday, it's kind of like in my, it's like, it's not in my trap, it's like my scalene. There's a huge knot and just tightness that is basically attached to my delt, the bone that lands here, kind of across from your collarbone, which is causing the delt to be in agony, because obviously it's pulling on that, it's tight, so I'm gonna have to get work done on that pretty frequently now. But it's kind of nice to know what it could be. Obviously we don't know exactly what it is, but when Jess was looking at it yesterday and going over it, there's a huge knot in there, which is pulling on my neck as well. So I've had quite a sore neck. Last night's sleep was pretty bad. Tossing and turning just because of the pain in my shoulder. So it is what it is for now. We just power through these next few days, take some painkillers, get on with it, it is what it is. I'm not someone who would take a rest day or anything. It's just about training around it and doing what I can. It's not affecting the look, but slightly affecting posing and just how I'm hitting shots. Obviously it's sore when I'm hitting shots and like the range of motion isn't great. So I'm going to try and do a lot of stretching today, especially with more food going in. I'm going to ice it as well this morning. Hopefully that will kind of tone down the inflammation from yesterday's massage. So it should be all right by Sunday. Obviously today is Friday, so I've still got like 2 days for it to recover. Today's session was only very light. I'm only training arms tomorrow. Basically just an arm pump in the morning before food goes back in again. And then that'll be Saturday. And then obviously I won't train Sunday on show day. But today's food, let's go over today's food and then we'll kind of crack in with meals. So our biggest kind of load to date, well, no, not to date, but in this load, we've loaded more before, but we haven't, this was the first time that we kind of started a load early. So today's food, 255 gram protein, 1,100 gram of carbohydrates, and 85 grams of fat, 1.5 gram pink salt per meal, running Lantus again with meal 1, 10 litres of water, 6 gram of vitamin C, utilising Peak Max again with meal 1, 3, 5 and 6, so that's going in with like an extra meal today. And then with meal 6 as well, I'm going to be utilising half a tab of aldactone as well, just to pull that water off, because obviously we will hold water from the carbohydrates going in today. Step-wise, down to 6,000 today. So over the last 3 days, it's gone like 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. So literally today is going to be 10-minute walks between meals, post meals, because obviously 6 meals a day, 6,000 steps, 10-minute walk after meals for digestion purposes, and that'll be it. Feet up for the rest of the day. No cardio, and that's it. So pretty simple day. See how today goes. I'm checking in with Luke after meal 5. In terms of meals, it's going to be quite a boring day because all the meals are pretty much exactly the same. Really, really nice meals, probably my favourite meals to have, but they're all pretty much exactly the same. See if I can get this up. Where can I look? Basically, from what I can remember, Luke sent me the food over, but it's on my phone. I'm recording on my phone. It's basically rice. So every meal has 150 grams dry weight jasmine rice. Yesterday was 125, so we're having an increase there. We've got 3 for the day. I think it's 9 crumpets, and then a mixture of whey, jam, peanut butter, and that's pretty much 6 meals a day for today. They're pretty much exactly the same. There's some meals which are whey isolate, no, not whey isolate, but just the designer whey, and some meals that are chicken, some meals that are cod. I think cod's in, or chicken, but only like 100 grams of chicken, raw weight, which is like 80 grams cooked, so hardly anything. And you know, a lot of the protein comes from the rice, to be honest, and the carbs. So when you're actually looking at protein on high day, like actual protein sources from whey and chicken, it's very, very low, which is just going to help with digestion. All of today's veg will be taken out. What I am doing on these high days is I am taking a fibre gel before bed, which has helped massively with going to the toilet in the morning. So I will be doing that today and tomorrow and Sunday. No, Saturday night for Sunday. So fibre gel goes in today, just because I'm obviously not having veg or any kind of roughage. So I've got to keep that fibre up, and it's helped. I've done high days where we trialled high days and haven't taken the fibre gel, and I just feel a bit backed up in the morning, which I don't really want. You know, I kind of want to go to the toilet before I weigh in and just feel kind of less like the food's on top of me, and create some space. So that's kind of how today's looking. I'll take you through today's meals, all of 6 meals, even though they are pretty much exactly the same, but we'll just give you a kind of insight into the volume of food, the types of food I'm using. Obviously, these types of foods for me digest really well. I know some people actually stay away from white rice. For me, it's absolutely perfect. Plus, I really like it. So I always feel like if you really like the food source you're using, you're going to digest it better. You know, you're going to create, you know, in a bit more detail, you're going to create more saliva when you're eating, which is just going to help digestion in general. You know, if I swapped all my rice meals for cream rice, I wouldn't enjoy it as much, and I think it wouldn't digest as well. Where Luke is different. Luke will have cream rice for probably every meal in terms of carbohydrates, and he likes to run that. I just prefer jasmine rice. That's just me. So, you know, if you are going to take anything away from this, don't just copy what I'm having. Make sure you trial different things, because different food sources will digest differently with you. So don't just like copy meal by meal what I'm having. And obviously, if you are doing a high day, and if you are like coaching yourself and thinking, oh, I'm gonna try running 1,200 gram of carbs today, you know, and you're 70 or 80 kilo, you know, you can't really do that. So just take what I'm saying. This is me documenting my journey and what I'm doing. This is not me saying do this, do that. You should be having, you know, 1,100 gram of carbs. You should be having these types of foods in your plan. You should be having this, you should be having that. I'm not kind of telling you what to do. I'm just showcasing what I'm doing. So yeah, I just don't want people copying and then it destroying their potential prep. If you watch this and think, some things are a good idea. But, the food sources in general kind of work for a lot of people. A lot of people will use white rice because it digests very well. There's nothing in it except for carbohydrates. And utilizing jams, very good source of carbohydrates, quick and easy, digest very well. Peanut butter, almond butter, there's a difference between me and Luke. Luke uses almond butter, I use peanut butter. So it's down to preference, it's down to digestion. I don't think Luke digests peanut butter as well as almond butter. So there's little things like that will be a game changer when it comes to these days. When you're a few days out, you can't really afford to mess up, which is why you run trials, which is why you test these things out before you actually run them properly before show day. Because these are the days where people can really destroy their prep and really destroy their show day just by what foods they use on high days. And as well, don't start adding things in that you haven't had in prep. That's probably the worst thing. I've had rice all prep, all off season, jam all off season or prep, peanut butter all off season or prep, chicken, whey. Everything that I'm having today has been trialed, has been had for years. My food's very, very consistent off season to prep. The only thing that changes is the amounts. I don't really add different things in. Even square bars, I had square bars every week in the off season, so we can utilize it in prep because the body knows how to digest it. It's not like a foreign substance. If you're kind of running a high day, or if you've gone through prep and off season, for example, without having dates, and say for example you get to 2 days out and you're like, I'm going to try adding some dates to add some more carbs in, it might not be the best idea because your body hasn't had time to adjust to that. At the moment, your body's very, very sensitive to anything. So just be aware of that because even just adding some dates might destroy digestion. It probably won't, but it might. So you don't want to take that risk because it's very hard to come back from and it can kind of mess up your day and your load, which obviously we don't get time back to do another load. We have a time limit where we need to be ready for a certain time, and the load matters because otherwise, if it's not done properly, we're going to come in flat, we're going to come in off. It's got to be done specifically. So that's all I'd say on that. Other than that, today is a chilled day. Literally just going to take you meal by meal. You won't hear anything else from me. I don't really have any other information to tell you except for the updates I've told you this morning. And then tomorrow, I might film tomorrow. I probably will, but it's going to be pretty much the same. I might be running slightly lower food depending on what happens overnight with body weight. We'll just see kind of what the look is, to be honest. See how food goes down today. And go from there. So I've got about 12 minutes left on my rice before my first meal goes in. I'm going to eat that, show you that. Go for my standard nap. Well, I'll go for a walk actually. I'll probably head over to Morrison's and grab some stuff, which will be a 10-minute walk. Come back and nap. And that's pretty much going to be today. Eat, nap, work. I've still got work to do, which is good. Edit YouTube. And we'll crack on there. So we'll see you for meal number 1. So meal 1 going in right now. We have 150 grams dry weight jasmine rice, 25 grams of whey, which is the OG Stracciatella ESN designer whey, code Henry, check out. 50 grams of strawberry conserve, and then 30 grams, I think, of peanut butter. Got my 1.5 grams pink salt on there. That's meal 1. So we're going to get this in. And then I'll go to Morrison's, grab some stuff that I need for today and tomorrow. Come back and hit the sack, get a good nap in. But yeah, looking forward to today's food and relaxing. This will probably put me to sleep, so see you for meal number 2. So guys, meal number 2 going down. We have shaved upper body. I always split my shaving, so I do half my half the body in the morning, half body at night before just the last shower. Meal 2, 150 grams dry weight jasmine rice. I've got my food plan on it. 100 grams chicken, so 80 grams cooked. We're going to do 3 crumpets and 50 grams of jam, strawberry conserve, and 20 grams of peanut butter. So that's this meal going down. I'll probably put some of the jam, split the jam from the rice. So I do like, I'll probably do 40 grams of jam on the rice. No, 30 grams of jam on the rice, and then 20 grams of jam on the crumpets. And then I'll do all the peanut butter on the rice, probably. Yeah, that's how I'll split it. So, black coffee, and we'll see you for meal 3. So we are just about to have meal number 3, but I don't need to take you through that because it's exactly the same as meal number 2. So we've got the jasmine rice, 150 grams, 80 grams chicken, cooked weight, 100 grams raw, 50 jam, 30 peanut butter, and 3 crumpets. So that's going to go down in the next 15 minutes. And then what am I doing in between meals 3 and 4? I need to go and let the dog out. Dog's at my parents' house. So they're all at work today, so I need to go and just lay them out, go to the toilet, and then I'm going to get the car washed as well, because that kind of is just something nice to do. You've kind of, I like to kind of get like a sunbed, haircut, car wash, feel like your life's kind of moving forward in that sense. So those 3 kind of tag along together. You just feel a bit more calm, ready for the weekend, fresh car, fresh haircut, ready for travel day tomorrow. And then at some point today I need to start packing, which won't take me long because I've already done it twice. So I kind of know exactly what I need to take. As the show days go on and you do more show days, you actually end up taking less and less and less because you realise you don't need a lot of the stuff that you take on the first one. So things come out, not much goes back in. You only really need necessities. The rice cooker obviously comes with me wherever I go, so I can do fresh rice on Sunday morning and Saturday night. And then obviously like bits and bobs, but anything that is like, if I need chicken, I'll just go to the shop there. What else? I did buy a steak today, a decent steak. So always what we've done this year is had for the last meal steak and fries. So it's normally just a whole ribeye steak and about 600 gram of fries before bed, and like a cookie as well. So we're going to be doing that. And then, just need to pack the bag, get the car wash, and then I'll have meal 4. Meal 4. And then after meal 5, we'll go and check in. So we drive to the gym, go and check in for Luke, send him check-in pictures before meal 6. Get a response from Luke because he's travelling up to Bradford today because he's competing tomorrow. So he's got an Airbnb booked there for tonight. And then the next time I will see him will be tomorrow night when he's done competing and he drives to Telford. And we can kind of settle down there, but he's going to be in pretty late. So it's going to be me solo tomorrow pretty much, which will be nice. The main thing I need to do tomorrow is get my tan and obviously travel down there. It's only about an hour and 40 drive, I think. It's a nice drive, to be fair. I go down that way to Shropshire a lot with jobs, with work. So I kind of know my way around. The roads are nice, easy drive down A roads. So we'll just go down there tomorrow. I'll probably leave here. I don't know when I can check into the Airbnb, but I'll probably leave here pretty sharpish because I don't really need to be here. I'd rather get down to the Airbnb, sort myself out, put things away, and then kind of chill, get over to the tanning instead of rushing and kind of going straight from here to tanning. So that's my plan. And then the rest of tonight will just be chilled. Steps are pretty much done. We're only doing like 6,000 steps max. If I can do less, I'll do less. But literally like 5 to 10 minutes between meals. Nothing crazy. It's just legs up. You know, the more I can keep my feet up, the better my line's going to be in my legs. Deeper the cuts are going to be. Just the fresher the physique is going to be on Sunday. So that's why activity is reduced, even though food's very, very high. But we're just trying to fill out. We're just trying to fill the muscle. So that is the goal. You know, if I was to do like 15,000 steps today, it would be pointless putting all this food in because I'd just be burning it off. We want the, you want to go to bed pretty full, to wake up, which will be a drier look, but full at the same time. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to get a meal in now, and then I'll catch up with you for meal number 4. We are back for meal number 4. Just done some work, got back to a few clients who have sent me training footage. I do a lot of training footage feedback, so what they do is they'll send me as many clips as they want in terms of training. Obviously at the start when you take someone on, or when I take someone on, I always ask them to send me every single movement for the session. So each day they'll send me 6 to 7 movements, and then I'll just get back to them with feedback on every single movement, of what is good, what is bad, what needs improving, and then obviously the ones that need improving, I'll ask them to record again the following week to get feedback on again, see if they've taken my advice, see if they're putting it into action, and just seeing progression through that way as well. Just something I like to do with clients. So just done about half an hour, 40 minutes of that, getting back to clients with that, and then meal 4. So pretty much the same. We're doing 150 jasmine rice. I've got my sheet on the computer here. 25 gram of whey, which is the designer whey, the cinnamon cereal, which is my favorite. That, along with the stracciatella, is probably two of my favorites. I know 2 more have come out, which is, I think, the hazelnut. I think there's a hazelnut one, and there's a peanut butter chocolate one as well, I think. I need to order those. I'll probably just order the peanut one. I'm not a massive fan of hazelnut, so I don't think I'd like that. So I need to get that ordered, or ask them to send it over so I can give a review. So we're doing 25 grams of that, and then we're doing another 3 crumpets with 50 grams of jam and 20 grams of our peanut butter. If you're buying peanut butter in a jar, obviously when you buy it, you'll notice when you open it, there's a lot of oil that comes to the top of the peanut butter. What you need to do is, once you've kind of opened it and used it, turn it upside down and leave it like that, store it like that. So basically the oil will rise to the top, and then when you come to use it, turn it back over, and you've got nice peanut butter, easy to use on meals, and drizzle over instead of kind of having to dig down. You know, once you get to the end of this and you've left it like that, upright, it'll be kind of rock solid. So always store it upside down. Little tip that I got from James Hollingshead, actually. So this meal. I'm gonna have the crumpets with whey paste on top, which I've been looking forward to having it, just haven't had it in a meal yet, and this is my chance, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll get this meal down. 2 more meals to go after this. Like I said, after meal 5, I'm going to go to the gym and check in with Luke, and then it'll be meal 6. So that's what we've got left for today. So yeah, get this meal down, and we'll see you for meal number 5. It is about 6 p.m. Meal 5 going down. We are a very simple meal with this one. 150 grams jasmine rice. We're doing 25 grams of the Design Away stress tiller, which I just make into a whey paste, and then I'm doing 50 grams of, can you guess? Jam. 50 grams of jam. So jam, whey, rice, and then we'll be on to meal 6. After this, I will drive to the gym. I'll probably leave it for about an hour and a half. Take my check-in pictures, send over to Luke, see if he's happy, and yeah, we'll come back and have meal 6 and go to bed. Up early tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to go and train arms in the morning, so I'll be in the gym for about 4:30. Fasted check-in shots for Luke in the morning so he can set the plan, because he's got a busy day tomorrow, and he'll be up at like crack of dawn, 2 or 3 a.m. probably. So he'll want to get me sorted so he can get himself sorted for the day and know that I'm all on track. And then yeah, we'll get on with tomorrow as well. So meal going down, 1 meal to go after this, and then we can go to bed. Final meal going down, guys. Meal number 6 is about 9:30. 150 grams dry weight jasmine rice. We're doing 30 grams of jam, 30 grams of peanut butter, 25 grams of whey, which is back onto the cinnamon cereal Design Away ESN. Code Henry, check out. And then we've also got McDonald's berry muffin going down as well. So best way to do these: air fryer, 2 to 3 minutes. Get the top nice and toasty. Sprinkle some Splenda on before you do it as well. Extra sweetness. I'm addicted to Splenda. Sweet tooth is pretty on rampage at the moment, especially at the end of prep. So yeah, we'll get this in. This is my last meal pre-bed, and then I'll probably go to bed around 10:30 tonight. So we'll eat this about 45 minutes in front of the box. I've got my last kind of 700 ml water going down, with my sleep from ESN, 3 scoops of that, and also some fibre gel as well. So I think I spoke about it this morning about utilising the fibre gel, basically so I can go to the toilet in the morning, which has helped. It worked really well for show day. Basically, you know, the reason for using that is to keep the midsection as tight as possible. You know, sometimes it's not so much when I'm really in condition that it happens, but when I did my first show in Manchester, that was one of the things that the judges mentioned. And when I was in Manchester as well, I had a bit of an issue with digestion. Maybe because it was kind of like our first show, so like first proper load, first 2-day load, maybe. And I had some indigestion as well, some heartburn the day before, and I didn't go to the toilet in the morning of show day, which I always want to do, and it's kind of a routine ritual. Second show, took the fibre gel on my high days, on my trial high days as well, to see how it worked. Worked well. I was able to go to the toilet in the morning. Wasn't really backed up. Sorry if there's too much information, but I think it's important, especially when you're competing in midsection. It's got to be tight. So if you are struggling with it, utilize this. Yeah. So second show, used it for trial peaks. Worked pretty well. Utilized it on my high days. Worked well. Even when I'm getting up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, I'm still able to go to the toilet at that time before weighing. So it actually worked really well. The same as show day. Woke up show day about 3:30 in the morning, because we wanted to get a meal in for like 4:30, 5, the first meal. Went to the toilet before weigh-in and before my meal one, which was really good, especially after having like the load the day before, which was still like 1,000 grams of carbs, if not more. You know, having the steak and chips the night before as well, it's going to sit pretty heavy. It didn't, but I think the fibre gels helped push things through and made the midsection much tighter, which it was for that show. So I'm hoping to do the same this time around, which is why I'm doing it tonight, and I'll do it tomorrow night, and then we should be good. So that goes in this. I always take it at the end of the night as well with my last meal. And yeah, so that is today's full day of eating. That is 1,100 grams of carbs done. I might put up a picture before this or after this of what we were looking like 5 meals deep. The pictures I sent to Luke. So that will just give you a gist of how the food's gone down, where conditions are. You know, I looked pretty much as tight as I looked this morning, which is perfect, exactly where we want to be for a second day load tomorrow. So interesting to see where body weight is. Obviously, I am going to be heavier tonight, just from having 6,000 calories and carbs being higher. But it'll be interesting to see what we look like tomorrow. Definitely going to be looking dry, that's for sure. Dry and hard, full, that's the goal for tomorrow. Might be a little bit flat, but we've got a second day of loading to do, so we'll be able to, can't speak tonight, we will be able to fill up even more so tomorrow. So I'm going to leave you there, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you took something from this. If you didn't, apologies, but this is what it is. I try and be as raw and as honest as I can, and I'm not someone who tries to spruce up any sort of videos. What you see is what you get, and what you see is what I am doing day to day. You know, so even if the meals are looking exactly the same, that's exactly what I'm doing all day, having exactly the same meals. Same goes for off season. Meals don't change. Even when I do full days of eating, it's the same stuff. Food just goes up, food comes down. The high days obviously a bit different in terms of what we're using, but in terms of like meals 1 to 6, pretty much the same. So we'll get this in. I might be filming tomorrow, not sure. It depends kind of where food's at. So once Luke lets me know where the food is at, I'll kind of update you on that, or maybe I'll do like a little updates through the day, because we've got to go and do tan, get to the venue, get to the Airbnb, so I might show you around there. So yeah, we'll catch up at some point. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.